What is going on, guys and girls? It's Ghost Robo, and today I am super excited to be bringing you a brand new, never before seen Battleborn exclusive character reveal. We've got Shayne and Aurox on our hands, a crazy high school girl with a dastardly demon alongside her. I'll tell you all about her moves and her strengths and weaknesses as we progress. Plus, you're going to get to see a brand new boss battle here on the Algorithm campaign mission, the Galactic Emperor. Shayne and Aurox is a super sweet character, and she just adds a little bit more to the already eclectic variety of Battleborn heroes. As if a mystical witch, a feral fungus, and a penguin stuck inside a mech suit weren't enough, we now have a girl with a Djinn/demon accomplice, kind of reminding me of my girlfriend here, as we work through the first of her skills, the Stealth Strike, which allows her to cloak for 5 seconds, and then when that is over, Aurox drops down and deals massive damage. Now, I'm already level 6 here, having put 6 augmentations through that DNA skill tree for you, so that we can show off the entirety of her arsenal. One of them being the ability to deal damage while I am stealth striking. So even though I'm out of view, I'm able to deal damage within that circle that you saw on the ground below. Her baseline attack is the melee strike of Aurox's dastardly demon arms, but she also has a boomerang for distance attacks as well, which is pretty sweet. Right there, you're seeing her ultimate ability, Tag Team, where we shoot Aurox out of our gun fingers. He deals massive damage at the target region, and then Shayne teleports in at the end to launch enemies into the air. Now, Jeff, the mini-boss battle here, he is a bit large for air launching, but we still dealt damage to him. And I love her ability to control the battlefield. She's got that very powerful melee strike up close, utilizing the arms of Aurox for extra range, and then she can also utilize attacks like Tag Team to protect herself and maneuver around foes. She's very good in both competitive and co-op play, but today we're showing how she can single-handedly wreck the battlefield with her moveset. There again is that Stealth Strike comboed straight into her melee, and the boomerang, when upgraded, can travel between foes. So you'll throw that out as your secondary attack, and it will kind of spike between enemies as it deals damage. Now we're just moving through the mission here kind of quickly so that you're able to see a lot of variety, taking down some robots and soon to be ice demons as well. Her third move, which you saw at the top of the video, and I'll point out when we use it again, is called Fetch, and Shayne sends Aurox out to fetch an enemy and then brings it back stunned to Shayne, and that can be modified throughout the skill tree as well. I think she's a super cool character, not only because of her crazy look, but also, like I said, her ability to really handle the battle and the action on multiple levels. She reminds me of one of my OG favorites, Aurendi, who could use the Shadow Pillar attack as well as her normal attacks to really get in and then get out quickly, utilizing her moveset to move between targets. Now, Shayne and Aurox has a lot more health and a bigger shield than Aurendi, making her a lot more viable for longer engagements while still maintaining a huge amount of strength. I think she's one of the most dynamic characters I've played. She's one of the later characters, as you know, based on the reveals here, and it shows. She has a complex moveset that, when used right, is super awesome. There we are, tag teaming once again against a large robot, and you can still attack while tag team is going on. And then you'll teleport in for the final brouhaha once that timer is over. Isaac giving us a little bit of snark in the background here. We won't reach him today, but we will reach another one of his maniacal minions in the form of the Galactic Emperor. We're going to drop down here and face off against what was the hardest boss battle that I have yet to see in the Battleborn campaign, because this guy has very specific target points as well as the ability to recharge health. Now, Shayne and Aurox combined with healers, if you paired her with Miko in a battle, I could see her being incredibly devastating, because she would be maintaining health while able to fetch enemies towards her, melee them, and then use Tag Team to get out the way. That was kind of my triple jam progression of attacks. I would use Fetch to bring the enemy stunned towards me, then I would melee attack with those long arms of Aurox, and then I would Stealth Strike to deal damage and still get out the way. We're almost ready to max out our skill tree here. You can pause this as you see fit to zoom through all of her different abilities on both sides of that skill tree. But we are going to use this massive drill to power our way into Isaac's lair. Before we do, though, somebody has something to say about that, and that would be the Galactic Emperor. Not so happy with our little incursion upon his friend's fortress. We are covered in ice, and about to meet our match here. This guy has a soft spot on his chest that you must damage, and here is where, again, Shayne and Aurox really shows off her strengths, and his strengths, I guess, because it is 2 for the price of 1, and it kind of makes sense. That's why you get so many ranged and up-close abilities as we work our magic, destroying this Galactic Emperor. And you may think he's a slouch based on, there's that fetch ability, by the way, based on how quickly we're taking down his health, but soon he will summon minions and regain a whole bunch of that. I think that Shayne and Aurox fits perfectly within the Battleborn spectrum because she has sort of that charm and humor that you see across the board, even though we have such a variety of people with bows and arrows, people in giant robotic armor, people who are just huge dudes that love carving wood and firing massive chain guns. She somehow fits in, and I think it's a testament to the art designers and the lore designers that they were able to take such a wide spectrum of characters from all sorts of backgrounds and make them all fit in one universe. It feels like Borderlands if it was done up like tenfold, on steroids, on a whole bunch of caffeine, and with a whole lot more fun and creativity than even those 3 games that came before for Gearbox. Battleborn is the biggest, I'd say, risk and investment that they're making, and it is surely paying off so far. I've now had a chance to play a ton of the game. I've had a chance to play all of the characters, and it really is doing well. I think when this game releases in May, it's going to surprise the heck out of a lot of people, both on the multiplayer and sort of that single-player campaign spectrum. And this is a great chance to show how the game can be played totally solo if you want, or if you want to play it co-op and then go back solo to grind out some XP, practice some new characters. I think that is where the campaign mode will succeed in replayability, on top of the storyline, on top of the cool boss encounters, on top of sort of just working your way through this last star battle. It's a great proving grounds for new characters that you unlock, as well as a way to boost them to unlock more of their augmentations, more of their skins, and more currency to buy gear and whatnot. Now, you won't see any gear in this video, but imagine the possibilities for Shayne and Aurox when paired with other gear, reducing her cooldown, boosting her shield, adding to her attack damage. I really think she's going to be one of my go-tos for competitive multiplayer. As we try and take out the Galactic Emperor, you're seeing his health regen. Even Shayne and Aurox, being as strong as this duo is, not able to really fully destroy this guy, because we have to make sure that we take him out before he's able to use sort of that natural health potion that he has. I thought this was really cool and showed off how the levels kind of bounce all over the place. We start off in more of a robotic facility. You saw me just ducking into a minecart to begin this video, and then we move into a very ice-filled area with robots and the giant Jeff Spider monster, and then we continue along against the Galactic Emperor, who's basically an ice titan with mini ice titans to help him out. And then the level continues on from there to the eventual final encounter with Isaac, who you know is a character you unlock as well. And that's something super stellar about campaign mode, again, is that you'll be able to unlock characters throughout the battle. Shayne and Aurox goes down for the first time here, but it is okay. She'll spawn back in and give us a chance to continue our combat here. Now, single player, you do have to be careful because you have a limited number of respawns. You've got nobody to pick you back up, so you've got to be careful, especially if you up the ante with a harder difficulty. Shayne and Aurox really surprised me as I played more and more of her, because at first hand you're like, okay, she's probably going to be kind of weak because the demon is where the power will lie. Her sort of accomplice is where most of the assault will happen, but in fact she's pretty darn tough, as you see these melee strikes that kind of use Aurox as well, I guess, plus that boomerang really deal a lot of damage, and she paired well with plenty of other characters when I did play her in co-op and competitive multiplayer. She works well with guys like Miko, as I mentioned, but also other characters as well. She can go in and take quite a bit of a beating. Not as much as some of the tankier characters, but enough to still be reliable at the front lines of the different battles. And you'll see us continue to combo those different attacks. That's one of my favorite things, is to figure out a character, learn their moveset, find what augmentations I like, and then decide how I'm going to create those combos and sort of those chains, those loops of attacks to really deal maximum damage. Once you pick a certain pattern for your augmentations, for your DNA tree, you're able to really kind of personalize the experience for the character. And Shayne and Aurox is just like everybody else in that way, where depending on the moves that you pick, the upgrades that you choose, you're able to really kind of create a version of Shayne and Aurox for yourself. We defeat the Galactic Emperor there, and we will wrap up this first look at Shayne and Aurox. Let me know what you think of her in the comments down below. You can check out the other new character reveals in the description. 2 new guys coming at you, which is pretty darn awesome as well. A big day for Battleborn, a big day for us. Very glad that I was able to bring you this exclusive. Hope you enjoyed. Hit that thumbs up button if you did. Check out the others in the description below. And until next time, guys and girls, thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and we will see you all later.